Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelovec Movies. My name is John and this is going to be a look through my Slipcases part 7. Now I've done obviously another 6 parts of these and I've got a winner from every single episode and I'm going to put them into a big fight at the end to see who can come up with which can be my best ever slipcase, and I'm also going to do that in a ranking, so from however many I've got I'll do it from the worst one, but they'll still be good, through to the best one. So that'll be an interesting video to make. It's coming towards the end. I've now done all of these 2 shelves now, 2 sections are now being done. It's only the last one that hasn't been done, so it shouldn't be too far away from finding out the winner of this particular accolade. So yes, so the only thing I've got to say about these is they've all got to be slip cases. There's no slip boxes, there's no other sort of box sets or anything like that, even though there's some brilliant stuff in there. This is purely slip cases because I've got a thing about slip cases that I think they're just absolutely brilliant. Sometimes a slip case, as you know, if you're a collector, you can walk past a slip case and it can pull you into the film, get you involved in the film, and even when it's not that great, you can think to yourself, well, sometimes I'm going to keep it just for the slipcover, and I have done that in some titles myself. So anyway, so let's get into this particular episode, and it's going to start off with a really good one here. This could have been it's very close to being my favourite one, but it just got pipped by another one which I find more striking. So just remember, this is my personal opinion, and it's just what I think is the things that appeal to me. So you might think that the winner of this one might not be as good as, say, this one, for instance. But this one here, and also I do usually try and take out a thing and find out how much money they're going to cost you if you want to go and buy them. Most of these, with a few exceptions, are going to be pretty much cheap as chips if you can find them, usually on eBay. I don't think you'll get them on these ones from Amazon, and if you do, you're not guaranteed to get a slip. So usually eBay is your best bet to get things like this. So the first one is going to be the US version of George A. Romero's last part in a zombie quintology, if that's a word, and it's Survival of the Dead. Now this is a lovely lenticular, as you can see when I'm moving that there. You've got that zombie there and it just changes completely to the hand, which I find absolutely brilliant. The 2 lenticular pictures you can see in here have got real depth to them, and as you can see, when this one changes, you can see a crowd of zombies behind him and you can only see the hand, and when you do that, the hand disappears, which I find utterly fascinating. But this has just been pipped at the post, but I've got to say this, on looking at this in this way, it's an absolutely brilliant cover, really nice. But this one, it's not. I thought this one would be very big money to get, but it's not. I think you can get it around about a tenner on eBay, so it's not that bad at all. And also, as a nice touch, you do get sort of reversible art, which you don't see. You only see it one angle, so that's a nice touch to have that they've chosen that particular art on there, so that's quite a good touch. So the next one is one that you don't really find out in the wild too much with a slipcover, and on eBay it's round about the £20 mark actually sometimes. I don't know why it's so high, actually sometimes it goes for a bit more, and it is Tetsuo the Iron Man with the second film on here, Body Hammer. The film itself is absolutely nuts, as anybody who's ever seen it knows. If you just think a Japanese film that is basically a Razorhead, a Japanese version of a Razorhead, and you're halfway there, it's just crazy. The effects are quite good actually. It's a small film, it's a short film shall I say, black and white, but it's highly recommended. It's one of the body horror films that you've got to see if you like that sort of thing. It is quite explicit in some places as well. So yes, so that's Tetsuo the Iron Man. The next one was a one that I got actually from CEX, and I went up and they charged me for the DVD version of this, when in fact this was the US version on Blu-ray, which was, I thought, well, yes please, that's not my fault that happened. And it is the Tremors Attack Pack. You get the first 4 movies on here, and if you can see there, it's got some really good embossing on here, probably one of the most embossed slips that I've ever seen. It does feature all the 4 movies, and Tremors 1 actually looks really good on here. The other ones look pretty good. They don't look that great, but the problem is, well, they're not that great movies anyway. I haven't rewatched these again. I will probably go for the 4K of Tremors on the Arrow version, as I've looked at the Arrow Demons how good that one is, I thought, well, I think I need to step up and get a few more of these 4Ks on Arrow ones. But anyway, this would sort of do at the moment. I haven't really watched. I've watched 1 and 2 way back when, but I haven't watched the other ones. I do know that they're not going to be that good, but you know, it's worthwhile, especially for £4. Now the next one is one that's sort of come back to my radar at the moment, because people are starting to talk about it, with it being probably talking about getting into 4K. It might be one of the best 4Ks ever released. If they didn't do it right, it's one of the best Blu-rays ever released. And I just looked at it and I thought, this Slip. I've only ever watched this film once. Well, that was when it came out in 2009. So it is Avatar. Now, if you can see that, it's just got that. It's got a nice little spot gloss there. That's it there. It's not great, the cover, but I think it's got something about it that I remember buying this, and I was really impressed with the film, but I didn't feel the urge ever to go back and revisit it. I think I will now, because it's obviously the greatest. Well, not the greatest. It is the biggest grossing film of all time again. So I might just give it another shot. I do think that this set, and you can get this set for literally pennies on eBay. It goes for next to nothing. You can get it for £1. So, but it's just a nice little special edition, I find, to a film that, where is the sequel? That's what I want to know, or the sequels. The next one was a one from Poundland, and I got it, and it's a pretty good cover, and it's it's all right. Don't get us wrong, but the reason why I like it is because it's got some spot glossing on, and that there has got some what looks like glitter, but it's not glitter because you can touch it and it doesn't come off. But when I originally saw it, I thought it was glitter, and I thought if that comes off and goes anywhere near anything else, as you know, as soon as you've got glitter on you, it gets everywhere. And I call it the devil's dandruff, because when you touch it, you can't get it off your skin. And I do actually physically, anyone knows how much I hate glitter. So it was the fact this come to my mind. I've really had lots of conversations about this slipcover, actually, because the fact it's got glitter on it, but it's not glitter. So it shows you can do that. So why is glitter a thing in the real world? Sorry, I'm rambling, but it's not a bad film, this. I do enjoy these two films, but this one here, with that little touch on the glitter embossing, is just a little nice touch. This next one is a film that was in my son's collection, and he didn't want it anymore, and he gave it to me, and I haven't watched it yet, but I do want to watch it. And when I looked at it, I thought, wow, the sort of embossing on here is really, really good. And it is Battle Los Angeles. Now, as you can see, when I get it in the right light, this whole thing on here, it's got a really big attention to detail on the actual embossing. The backpack comes out quite a lot, actually. I don't know if you can make that out, but it's a lovely addition. Like I say, I don't know what the film's like. I will watch it, but it's got a nice raised thing, and like I said, you can get this for next to nothing on eBay as well. This next one is a one that I got off my good friend John Hall, and it is Dreamscape. Now, this is a really good cover. I mean, yes, it is the one where you get the floating heads of the people, but I think they've done a lot more than that. Obviously, these are drawn, which is excellent, and you do get like little parts of the films there. You do get this demon sort of thing. I haven't watched this film, actually, and if I have, I watched it a long time ago. But I do think that the cover on here is a nice cover as well. Plus, is it? Yes, Scream Factory special edition. So yes, absolutely brilliant. I think Scream Factory slipcovers are really nice as well. This next one is a one that I got cheap from CEX. It's got that whole thing where it doesn't really come up. It's got that 3/4, and that's not a 3/4 slip, but it's like that. So it doesn't come up all the way, but I do think it's one of the most striking ones as well. And it is the film Filth, which is a really good film, actually. And James McAvoy, who I think is one of the best actors out there, he's absolutely brilliant in everything he does. I love him in everything. I've never seen a bad film with him. He's brilliant in this film, but it's like neon. It's so bright on the shelf. I mean, obviously, it's probably over there somewhere. So when I'm talking, you can always see it in the corner. But it doesn't glow in the dark, but you think it could, because it's that vibrant. It's probably the most vibrant one that I've got in my collection. I mean, the yellow one here it does look as if it's got a touch, if it shows up on the camera, it's just like it's got a touch of neon about it. Absolutely brilliant. Now, so that's the end of the Blu-rays on here. So down below there's some DVDs. Now there's a couple I thought, I may just show them off as well, because they're quite different as well. And this one here is a TV show called Jam. Now, anybody who's familiar with Chris Morris, who did the Day-to-Day, and he's also done a few other things as well. You can see him in a lot of shows, although he doesn't do much now. He's sort of an agent provocateur when it comes to TV series. He does things that are just, he does Brass Eye, which is very much near the mark. But the reason why I like this is for that outcut of it's so plain, yet it's quite striking. This TV series has got to be one of the strangest TV series comedies that you'll ever see. It's kind of off the wall to a point of just being quite crazy as well. Obviously, it's got 300 minutes of disgusting bliss. Also, it's got extras included inside this package: 1 crashing airliner, 8 tons of geese, and 50-foot plutonium bum. There you go. It is bizarre, to say the least. Challenging, even. This next one is another one that, I mean, these are all cheap. This is another very cheap one as well, but it's quite out there. It's the Terminator 2 special edition. It is a slipcase, I'm going to say. It's like a metallic one, obviously, and it obviously shows off the fact of the whole metallicness of the T2 or the T1000, which is the one that's hunting the T2, as well as Sarah Connor. And it's a decent cover, if I'm honest. It's put it this way, it's the only one I've ever seen like it, and it was the only way you could get all the cuts of the movie back in the day in the UK. I always thought that I would go for more money, but it just doesn't. It's just like £1. That's it. So the next one is a DVD, and it is Lavion Rose. Now this is, I do like this because of the spot glossing it's got there. It's got some embossing there as well. It's got the spot glossing along the bottom there. It's also got spot glossing on the back as well, like that. You can see that there. Now the performance that Marion Cotillard, I think that's her name, plays in here of Edith Piaf is unreal, and it's a great film. I don't know if it's ever come out on Blu-ray, if I'm honest, but I do like this. You don't see many slips on DVDs, if I'm honest, but I do think that's got that nice little touch to it. You don't see much spot glossing on DVDs, in my eyes, so not bad at all. So okay, what's the one that I've got for my best slipcase in this whole section, which is sort of the bottom half of this wall here? And it is this film that the film's great, but the cover itself, it's not plain. It's got a plainness about it, but for me it's a really striking cover, and it is Prevenge. Now this cover is just, as you can see, it's about a lady who is pregnant and she goes on a killing spree. It is quite bizarre, it's quite quirky, but it's a great film as well. I do rate it very highly. The woman here, who's, I think she wrote and directed it, she definitely wrote it, Alice Lowe. I love her in anything she does. She's a brilliant actress and a comedic actress as well, but also she does lots of other things. You see her in quite a lot of stuff, and I do think that she was heavily pregnant in this film as well. This is real, and but it's a really bizarre film. But the actual slipcase, it's so bright. I don't think you get reversible now. But I remember seeing it, thinking, I knew I wanted this film anyway, but when I saw it does have spot glossing as well on the letters, just up there. I thought it was embossed, but it's not. And to me, it's just one of the most striking covers you can ever see. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's by far, even though that Survivor of the Dead come close in there, this one just is one that just grabbed my attention straight away. And it's a brilliant film, very much under the radar film for me. That will go in the mix with, I'll go through these again. So you've got that one that won this time. So the other previous winners are Crimes of Passion, which is that one that's, it's a soft touch as well, and it actually lights up. It doesn't light up, but it looks like it does. So the next one is 88 Films Eliminators, and the action on there that it suggests is absolutely brilliant. You do see a lot of that stuff. Sometimes you get these action covers and there's nothing like that in the film, but you do get quite a lot of that actually. This sort of cyborg man in here is actually quite good. It's quite good special effect, although it's quite cheap as well. But the film itself is a brilliant film. The next one is Lucio Fulci's sort of forgotten film, The Devil's Honey. This is a great slipcase from 88 films, yes, and it is in the Italian Classics collection. The reverse cover I can't really show because it's quite graphic, involving the scene with the saxophone. If you know that scene, you'll know what I mean. And yes, but it's soft touch as well, lovely colours on there, and it's one of them striking slipcases that 88 films seem to be very good at doing. The next one is a Blue Underground film, 4K of The Daughters of Darkness, and this is lenticular as well. The actual picture here doesn't do it justice of how clear the features of these people on here, the drones or whatever they are on here, is just really, really good. So that's a brilliant one. So highly recommended film as well. The next one, previous winner, was another 4K, which is Passengers, which in the right light, you can see everything lighting up in here, for want of a better word. It doesn't light up, but you know what I mean. And it's a striking cover. That I didn't realize how good it was till I sort of looked through these covers again. And the last previous winner to go in the pot is Attack of the Werewolves, with another lenticular cover, but this lenticular cover is so deep. It doesn't do it justice, like I say, this camera, but it's the depth of it. When I look at it, if you ever, this is, like I say, it's a couple of quid off eBay. If you see it, the film's okay, but the actual depth and some of these, especially this bit here, it looks like it actually comes out of the box, and the werewolf's arm looks like it sticks out as well. There's lovely depth, probably one of the deepest lenticular slipcases I've seen. But easy to get a hold of if you want it in your collection. It will not break the bank, and you'll probably get a lot more fun watching the cover than you would the film, although the film is quite good. It's not a bad film. Just recap, Prevenge. Okay, so thanks once again for watching this video, and I look forward to completing this series. It's not going to be too many more parts. There's not that many slipcases in there, so it should be the battle royale of the slipcases should be round the corner. I'm hoping it's going to come quite soon. Okay, so thanks once again for watching. You take care, and I will see you on the next video.